UEFA draws a line. Football's future under debate. Just days before the biggest football tournament on the planet reaches its decisive stages, a controversy far larger than any single match is unfolding. It is not about tactics, star players, or title favorites. Instead, it is about how football itself should be played and governed in the future. During a World Cup match between the Netherlands and Japan at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, something unusual happened. The stadium was completely enclosed, fully air-conditioned, and operating under comfortable conditions. There was no extreme heat, no dangerous weather, and no visible reason for concern. Yet in the 22nd minute, the referee stopped play for a mandatory hydration break. Many players appeared puzzled. Dutch defender Virgil van Dijk later suggested that these decisions should depend on the circumstances of each individual match. His comments reflected a growing feeling among players and coaches that football should not be interrupted when conditions do not require it. The debate centers around FIFA's decision to introduce mandatory hydration breaks in every World Cup match. Regardless of temperature, location, or weather conditions, every game receives 2 scheduled breaks, 1 in each half. Whether a match is played in a climate-controlled stadium or under the blazing sun, the same rule applies. FIFA argues that the policy ensures consistency. Every team receives identical treatment, and no squad gains an advantage because it happened to play in cooler conditions. On paper, the idea sounds fair. However, critics believe fairness and necessity are not always the same thing. This disagreement became even more significant when UEFA officially confirmed that it would not adopt the same approach for future European competitions. The governing body responsible for the Champions League and Euro tournaments announced that hydration breaks would remain conditional rather than automatic. UEFA's alternative approach. UEFA's position is built around a simple principle. Football should only be interrupted when there is a genuine need. Instead of requiring hydration breaks in every match, the organization relies on specific environmental measurements to determine whether players face dangerous conditions. Under UEFA regulations, cooling breaks become mandatory only when temperatures reach established safety thresholds. Officials use scientific measurements to assess risk rather than applying a blanket rule to every game. If the weather is manageable, the referee has the discretion to allow play to continue without interruption. This system places trust in match officials and medical guidance rather than a predetermined schedule. Supporters of the approach argue that it protects player welfare while preserving the natural rhythm of the game. The timing of UEFA's announcement is particularly important because Euro 2028 will be held across England, Scotland, Wales, and the Republic of Ireland. These countries generally experience milder summer conditions compared with many other parts of the world. As a result, most matches are unlikely to require hydration breaks at all. For many football traditionalists, that is welcome news. They believe the sport's unique flow comes from its continuous action. Unlike basketball or American football, football builds tension gradually. Momentum shifts over time, pressure increases naturally, and dramatic moments often emerge from uninterrupted sequences of play. Critics of mandatory breaks argue that stopping the match at fixed intervals can disrupt that rhythm. Teams that are dominating possession may lose momentum, while struggling opponents receive an unexpected opportunity to regroup and reorganize. Several prominent football figures have expressed concerns about this issue. The commercial question. As discussions about hydration breaks intensified, another issue quickly entered the conversation: broadcasting and advertising. Whenever a scheduled break occurs, television networks gain a valuable opportunity to show commercials. During the World Cup, some broadcasters used the pauses to run advertising segments, creating a new source of commercial inventory during live matches. This development immediately sparked debate among supporters. Many fans questioned whether the primary purpose of the breaks was player welfare or whether the commercial opportunities were becoming equally important. The controversy grew when observers noticed that different broadcasters handled the breaks differently. Some continued showing players and coaches on the field, while others switched directly to advertisements. The contrast highlighted the commercial value attached to those 3-minute interruptions. Sports scientists have added another layer to the discussion. Some experts argue that when temperatures become genuinely dangerous, a 3-minute pause may not be sufficient to significantly reduce an athlete's core body temperature. According to several researchers, meaningful cooling often requires a longer recovery period. This observation creates an interesting dilemma. If 3 minutes is too short to provide maximum physiological benefits during extreme heat, critics ask why that exact duration was selected. Supporters of the policy maintain that any opportunity for hydration and recovery is valuable. Opponents argue that the timing conveniently aligns with television requirements. Coaches have also noted the tactical advantages created by these pauses. During the break, managers can gather players, review strategies, discuss weaknesses, and make adjustments that would normally wait until halftime. Some believe this fundamentally changes the nature of football, a defining moment for football. At its core, this debate is not about whether player welfare matters. Almost everyone involved agrees that protecting athletes must remain a priority. The real disagreement concerns how that protection should be implemented. FIFA believes that mandatory breaks guarantee equal treatment across every match. From its perspective, consistency removes uncertainty and ensures that all teams operate under identical conditions. UEFA, however, has chosen a different path. By maintaining temperature-based thresholds and referee discretion, it argues that football should adapt to actual conditions rather than follow a fixed schedule. This difference may appear small today, but its long-term implications could be enormous. Rules introduced at major tournaments often influence the future development of the sport. Decisions made now may shape how football is played, watched, and experienced for years to come. Supporters of UEFA's position see it as a defense of football's traditional structure. They want the game to remain a contest of two uninterrupted halves unless extraordinary circumstances demand intervention. Meanwhile, supporters of FIFA's approach argue that modern football faces new challenges. Rising temperatures, player workloads, and global tournament logistics may require more standardized protections than in previous generations. Both sides present reasonable arguments. Both claim to be acting in the best interests of the game. Yet their solutions could not be more different. As the World Cup continues, fans around the world are witnessing more than a tournament. They are witnessing a broader struggle over football's identity. Should the sport prioritize uniform rules and predictable procedures? Or should it preserve flexibility and allow context to guide decisions? UEFA has already delivered its answer. Future European competitions will not automatically include hydration breaks in every match.